Welcome to What's Tea Wednesday, where women come together to share their stories, inspire growth, and expand possibilities. Join us each week as we get all up in the journeys of remarkable women who have turned challenges into triumphs. Discover the power of hearing other success stories and learn how their experience can guide and motivate you on your own path. Tune in and let these powerful narratives be the spark of your own transformation. What's up?
Hey, Queen, how you doing?
Hi, Queen. I'm okay, girl. A little tired. Got a little sleep in the eye.
Just a little bit.
Just a
Wake
little
up.
sleep. Just
Good
a
morning.
little. I'm standing up, honey, because I ain't gonna play no game.
Good morning.
I'm
Okay.
standing on business.
As
I
you
ain't gonna play
should.
no games with it because you know I'll doze real
Okay.
quick.
Okay. It's me over
Eyes
my
will
eyes.
roll immediately. Okay, I don't play. How are you?
The people want to be in my business. They can be in my business. I ain't
Okay,
mad about
girl, because I don't. It's mine.
it. I know what I said. I said what I
I
said.
know what I said. It's my business.
Period.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're standing on your own.
Don't worry about me.
Because I got 10 toes down on mine. Okay.
9 toes. Okay. I play too much. I'm tired. I'm tired. That's what it is.
I'm exhausted. You know, I'm a visual learner. So this picture of 9 toes just threw me like,
Why would I say that?
Why do you have 9 toes? What is
I don't. I got 10, but why would I say that? So wow.
Why would you even
I
say
ain't got
you
it
got
all.
9 toes?
Somebody got 9 toes. Gonna be listening. You just
girl,
laughing.
No, somebody literally probably missing that middle toe. I've seen that before though, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Like somebody missing that middle toe.
And you be like, what happened to your toe?
Or it'd be like it'd be a deep separation between that big toe and that second toe. I've seen that, and I'd be like, "What?
What happened to your feet?" you don't want to ask somebody that. I know this may sound rude, but what happened?
What happened? No, girl, I be wanting to know.
Did it get ran over? The couch?
I be wanting to know the tea, girl. Real quick story. This dude.
Had to be
Already.
a nigga.
This dude, girl, for the longest time, I did not notice that he was missing. Okay, so put up your finger. That first knuckle is gone. So he didn't have a fingertip. Girl, can you believe that?
What happened to it? Was he just made that way?
Girl, so no, you know, it took, I say that because when I noticed, I became overwhelmed with questions. And I couldn't.
And I just know it showed on your face. I know you was like just frowned up. Just kept looking at the missing knuckle.
Wait a minute. Can you point that out for? Yeah. Question. I thought so.
10 fingers.
Question. What happened? I just had to ask. I was like, oh, I see. You don't have a point of your finger. What happened? That's the easiest way I could have handled it.
And what
because my mind, girl, he was like, because he was Haitian, honey. That was our red flag.
You see, I said,
First of all, the fact that you ain't got no point on your finger is a red flag. Okay.
What you do? Who took your finger?
So, girl, he was at a childhood age. He was out and about playing with the peeps in the streets, and had a machete, girl, because they lived in a bush.
Yeah.
And they chopping down bushes, girl, and chopped the little finger just right on tip of the finger, right on off.
Oh, little ting.
I said, what? He was like, yeah, and I lost the tip of my finger.
Take me now, because I would have been dramatic. I don't want to live anymore.
Baby, if I lose any piece of limb, I'm not. God be knowing who's his strongest soldiers.
Listen,
because
I lose a lot and I be having a breakdown.
Baby, one just detached the other day.
Oh no!
And I just knew it was a sign to cut them all off. Like
you sound like me.
You sound like maybe it's time. I'm not taking care of them. They're not happy here.
I don't deserve them.
They're dry. I don't deserve. Girl, so yeah, he cut his finger off with a machete, honey, and he ain't got no tip. I think it's so odd. I know this other girl. While we're here,
I'm weak.
I know a couple people with hand deformities, and one girl, yeah, it's interesting how you just ask, and I feel like people know at that. We're adults, girl. I'm curious. What happened?
No, legit, because I have this little like incision on my leg from when I got stitches, and that's the only reason as to why I ask people stuff, because I got this big noticeable thing on my leg. I'm gonna ask people, be asking,
like what happened. I feel like I didn't have to ask that because I already heard it in passing. Like somebody else,
she got bit by a spider. Okay,
somebody else asked, and then I listened in like, that's a good question. I'm interested in
I'm gonna ask. One thing about it, I'm gonna
ask, because then I'm gonna have to make up my own story. And baby, that's how rumors get started. Okay, and I don't want to be giving out false information. We said all that to say we said all that to say the business that you should be standing on is your own. Anywho, so
we play so much.
We said all that to say thank you so much for being on this.
Thank you for having me, girl. It's a pleasure.
Oh, I'm so happy that you are here, Zoe, doing this with me, accompanying me as a guest on the Unproblematic Podcast. This is like literally one of my favorite segments because it just allows us to get to know queens and just your story in general, because I honestly believe that sometimes you don't know what you can get through until you're hearing what other people have gone through. Like you feel like you by yourself, and it'd be like, nah, sis, we're all the same. We all grew up in the same household. We all it's so many similarities between women. Yeah. We all grew up the same. You know what I mean? Just some slight differences, but
typically it's all the same.
Typically it's pretty much the same. And it's important, I feel like, to act as expanders to other women. Just to let them know that, girl, your life is gonna get lived. Okay.
Yes. And you're not alone.
At the end of the day gonna end.
You know what?
Please. Okay, come on. Let's be for real.
Okay. The day really is gonna end. It's nighttime.
At the end of the day, it's 7 p.m. So therefore, the day is evening.
It's ending.
So
it's ending.
Turn to your neighbor and say evening. So
turn to your neighbor and say the day is ending.
The day is ending. Okay, daylight savings. Yeah, amen.
Amen.
So Zoe, tell us about yourself, girl. Tell us where you from, what you've been doing, what you gonna do, what your ambitions. Just get the talking. Let's hear it.
Yes. So hey y'all. I'm Zoe. I am born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, you are the first person. Are you the first person? I don't want to lie. I feel like you're one of the first people that have been on here and has actually been born and raised from Milwaukee. Like I have been blown.
The people not from here.
Not from here.
The people not Milwaukee natives.
The people are not Milwaukee natives, but go ahead, but we don't judge.
The people don't know about Locust, but it's okay.
Listen, Cherry Street, they don't know. Go ahead.
Well, Uptown.
They don't know. Highland, they don't know.
I'm weak. Okay. So yeah, born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am a elementary school teacher. I teach grades K4 through 5th grade. It's ghetto a little bit, but I love it here. And I
Yeah.
love the kids. What else? I also am assistant director for the before and after school program. So I kind of work with
Mm.
school all day dealing with the kids.
Yeah.
And after school, like after school hours, I'm also teaching dance lessons and things like that to my littles. So that's kind of been what I've been doing lately. Like after hours, I'm in the dance studio teaching.
That's great. When did you get into teaching?
Teaching dance or just teaching, period.
Teaching, period.
I want to say last year. Last year was my first year actually getting into education. Before that, I spent 5 years in finance, different sectors. I did investment banking, being a teller,
Yeah.
fraud investigation for like the
Mm.
internal team and things like that. So I've pretty much done a lot when it comes to finance. I was not fulfilled in that field.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, something's got to give. I had the opportunity to work at an elementary school. I think it was Kilbourne Elementary School, and
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I've always loved children, though. I was an aunt since I was 5. So,
Girl, who was out here doing too much?
girl, my sister, hunching, hunching child. Girl, get out.
Get up.
So yeah, but I'm also the youngest. So my siblings are a lot older than me. At least my
Mm-hmm.
first two. So yeah, I've been an aunt since I was 5. I always knew that I wanted to have something to do with children. I thought I wanted to be a pediatrician until I seen they got to go to school for so long. I said, Lord,
Okay.
that's not my ministry.
Umpteenth years.
Girl, it's not my ministry. I said, yeah, we're gonna go on to something else. So then I worked for Department of Children and Families. Working with a lot of the different families in the community, trying to make sure like the family stuck together. And then I
Yeah.
also was a child care subsidy worker, which is basically
Mm.
helping families around the city get assistance for like child care or any type of like after school program or anything
Yeah.
like that, recreational programs. That became too much, girl. I had to quit. I had to quit.
Yeah.
Like, I was crying every day. I was crying.
Yeah, because that's like human service work.
It
Like
is. It
you
is.
deep in the streets and the trenches in the community.
Yeah, you see a lot. You really see a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And being an empath, I'm so emotional.
Oh my God.
Yes. I be crying, girl. I
Girl.
be
Like, don't I am such it be like, listen, don't tell me nothing.
please. Please.
I am trembling.
No,
It
literally.
be like, do you be feeling like you going through it as well? Or like how do you like
I don't
receive?
I don't feel like I'm going through it. I'm such a helpful person. I get fulfilled
Mm-hmm.
by helping others. So
Yeah.
knowing that I'm in a position where I should be able to help and I cannot help because of certain rules that are in place or because of certain
Yeah.
processes,
Policies
I
and
feel
stuff.
really
Mm-hmm.
helpless. You know what I'm saying? So just not being able to help is just like, dang. And then I also know how it feels in certain situations.
Yeah.
So it's just like I be wanting to be superwoman, and you can't be superwoman because if you try to save everybody,
Who gonna save you?
no,
Hmm?
you're going to jail because you're not supposed to do all that. You ain't supposed to do all that. Depending on what it is, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? The situations be situating. I'm not gonna lie. The
Baby, the
situation
situation requires some type of illegal activity.
trying to take the kid away from you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
It's a process. Even like with some families, like where the children do get taken away and they have to go to foster care. You just hear all the stories about foster care and
Yeah.
it's just a lot that comes with that. So that can be really heavy, especially when it's something you're working with every day, multiple families a day. So I did that job for about a year. And let me tell you, it was crazy. I found
Mhm.
myself at a bar every night.
Ugh,
And that's when I knew. I said, yeah, Zoe, you can't do this because you're slowly losing yourself.
not a Budweiser. You're too young.
A Hennessy, let me tell you. A Hennessy. Okay?
Yeah, but I can definitely see that because people be going through it
Yeah.
and like you said, you can't save everyone, and then that has to be So just stressful on your mental and emotional.
Yeah, especially when you're dealing with children because it's like they didn't ask to be here and they're
Girl.
in such poor situations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
How
saying?
did you first get into that work though? Did you go to school for did you go to school for
Nope,
human service?
I did not. I just got the opportunity. Let me tell you how a lot of jobs I've gotten in the corporate world and and stuff like that. They just
Mm-hmm.
been placed in my lap. The good
God.
Lord said, "This is for you," and I said,
Ooh.
"Thank you, Lord.
Period. Tell us,
Thank
girl,
you." And
because
I'm very adaptable.
the people be feeling like they gotta be in school, they gotta
Mhm.
get this, they gotta get that certification. Tell us, give us the tea.
No, I mean, I was just I don't even remember how I found the job. I think it was one of my we're not friends anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So long stop. His mom used to work. You see, his mom used to work for the city
Mm-hmm.
down at the Elite building, and I was in need of a job at the time.
Girl,
And
I worked at the Elite building. Marsha
uh-huh.
Cox.
Yep, Marcia.
What? I used to
Yeah.
work there. Okay, offline. We'll talk about that offline. Go
That
ahead.
that building ghetto.
Baby! That
Literally in the
building
ghetto.
made me the woman I am today, honey. Like
Let me tell you.
when I tell you character building,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with the city of Milwaukee,
The city.
Lord,
The
it
city.
will change you. It will change your life.
It will make you grateful
It will
that
make you so grateful. Hmm.
I ain't off of Elite. No
Oh,
offense to anybody off of Elite that is listening, but it's a lot going on that
it's
side
a
of town.
lot going on that street, on just that block,
You
just in
step
front of the building.
outside, the
Just in
crackheads
front of the
right there.
building. It's
Crackheads.
so much happening.
As soon as you turn the corner on 12th and Elite, smell like pee. Anybody
It,
got time for that?
it's a whole nother city.
That's not Milwaukee. I don't know where that
It's
is.
a whole. So okay, so you knew somebody who knew
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, and they were just like, I know you love working with kids. I know that I feel like this, and it wasn't my first time like working in a administrator setting or like an office setting. So it was just really easy for me to get into. And like I said, like I'm very adaptable, as you can see. Like I've worked in different fields. I've worked in healthcare.
Yeah.
I've worked in education, finance. So wherever the money is, count me in. Okay,
Where the money resides.
that's where I will be, standing 9 toes down.
Please.
But no, like
Please.
yeah, it was really fun, but there was a lot of training involved. I had to go through a 14-week training. So I had to learn all the policies, had to take all these different tests for the state, and once I stuck it out, I was able to do what I needed to do.
Yeah.
A lot of the parents will come into the office and things like that. And it's just so sad. Like, there are certain rules where it's like, oh, you can't give this family money for this, even though they may be below the median.
Yeah.
I had this lady who had, I want to say like 5 children. She had been married, never worked in her life because they got married at a young age. Her husband took care of her. He passed away. And the state was just like, we're not giving you help. But she's like, look,
good riddance.
okay.
Yeah, girl.
That's basically, and that was a huge reason as to why I was drinking, because it's so many people calling. I've had people commit suicide on the phone with me. You know what I'm saying? It got there.
Crazy.
Little warning. I'm sorry. I should have said warning. Trigger warning.
Trigger
But,
warning.
my bad, people. But like it was so much stuff like that, and I was just like, God, I gotta get out of this. I need something else because I'm not fulfilled like I thought I would, and I love helping people. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, God, this too much. The shoulders are heavy.
The burden is heavy.
The burden, the chip, the chip is giving boulder. It's just.
But girl, yes, I worked in human service for a minute, for 10 years, girl.
Yeah.
And it was like crazy. Like I can't even and I worked in I was a crisis counselor, and I specified in suicides. Child, I was getting paid, but it was like every time my phone would ring, somebody was on there trying to kill themselves.
Yeah.
So it was like exhausting, and
Mm-hmm.
it'd be hard to walk away because you'd be like, well, who's gonna help them?
Yeah.
But in reality, it's like they're just gonna hire somebody else.
They're just gonna no, they're legit. They're
Just
just
gonna
gonna
hire
hire
somebody
somebody
else.
else.
You're really not that steep, even though
Mm-hmm.
like you are making progress in these people's lives and you're building this rapport with people, and they really, in that moment, you really feel like yeah, this is, I'm doing something, this is what it is. But it's like that, I feel like jobs like that is what keeps you like trapped in that, because you get so sprung out on like who's gonna help them, who's gonna, care about them as much as I care
Yeah.
about them. Like I can't leave, I have to be here. When they be like, girl, if you was to do something wrong today,
You be gone. They gonna fire
that
you.
ass on
It's
grass
grass. Okay.
tomorrow. Okay.
You're
So,
fired.
even though there were some jobs that was like, really hard to walk away from, but
Mm-hmm.
mental health is wealth, baby. And just like that, do you think it became like an alcohol problem, or it was
Um,
just like, oh my God, this is the only thing I can turn to?
that was my escape. That was
Yeah.
my escape. And it didn't help that I had friends that I was drinking with every day. We was outside, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We were
After
outside all
work.
the time. After work. And I was on Valit. I was right by the bars.
Mm-hmm.
The people said happy hour. I said I will be there. I'm not happy, but
I'm not
pick the
happy,
hour. I'll be happy at a happy hour.
but I'll meet
Okay.
you there.
So like
I'm
I
not happy,
found
but I'll meet
myself just
you there.
constantly drinking. And then like if I couldn't make it to the bar, I'm going to the liquor store to grab a bottle, not wine, a
Yeah.
bottle before I head home. And I'm just like, nah, this isn't me. Which in return, I started kind of slacking off at work because I was
Yeah.
hangovers and things like that. And I'm like, I don't want this for me. I'm building a bad habit. I don't like this. So
Yeah.
I had to take power into my own hands and I had to pray about it. And I'm like, God, this is making me feel like this. What do I need to do to make sure that I'm in the right mental headspace so that I can succeed as a person? Because I'm taking on all these people problems, especially being as empathetic as I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to quit. I had to quit. I did. I had to
So
choose
you
to.
quit, but the jobs was jobbing.
Oh,
Like,
the jobs are always jobbing. It ain't no
yeah.
thing. It ain't no thing. And that's actually when I got into finance. And I loved finance. I still love finance. But it just wasn't as fulfilling. It's fun and I love learning new things and learning all these things about finance since it's something that we actually need as a community. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't fulfilling. And so I quit the last finance job that I was working at and I was just like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I'm just like, God, I'm ready to find my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Find my purpose. But then I realized there was certain purpose for me in finance, just like there's certain purpose for me here
Yeah. It's a
education and teaching.
season.
Yeah. Okay. And God was just like, I need you to figure this out. You got to figure this out. I'm giving you the tools. I need you to
Girl,
figure
I'll
it
be
out.
like, God, write it down, dang.
Give it
Give
to
me
me in
the
a dream.
instructions. Come on.
I
GPS
love a good
me.
dream. Okay, give it to me in a dream. Give me a
God,
reason to
please,
take a nap. Okay,
give me the vision.
I'm tired.
God, give me the vision, because Jesus.
Please.
But that's interesting. It's I like that you said that, because it does sometimes feel like when you're asking God for your purpose,
Mm-hmm.
you make it this big, huge, even though it is very important, but you make it, sometimes I can make it this big thing, like my purpose in life is to be this one thing.
Yes.
And that's like so limiting. Like,
Yeah.
what? Oh, my purpose in life is to be a mother. It's
Mm-hmm.
just so it can be so limiting. Or, oh, my purpose in life is to help children
Mm-hmm.
3 to 8 years. Sometimes it
Yeah.
can just be so just holding you back from all the other things that you're able to produce
Mm-hmm.
and be a part of, because I struggled with that a lot. Like when I was getting into my career, I was like, okay, I want to help people, my
Yeah.
purpose is to help people. But then
Yeah.
it was like, once helping people was daunting.
Yes.
It almost feels like, oh my God, like I lost my purpose. But it was like, no, okay, you're done. Next step. Like you've elevated. Now let's get to this. Or, now we're helping people in this aspect, or now we're doing things on this level. And I think sometimes people really do limit themselves to one specific purpose, and feel like they have to continue that for a lifetime, when it's like, once you fulfill your purpose, girl, okay, it's time to move on to the
To
next.
move on.
Yeah,
Yes.
you've done all that you can do in that area. Now it's somebody else's turn, or you may be holding somebody else back from their purpose because you want to sit up in this
And hold
purpose
up
that's
space.
there.
And holding up space.
You
No.
holding up space, girl. You've done the things. Now let somebody else come in and do whatever they have to do, But
Yeah.
I do think that,
I think as people, we don't realize how multifaceted we are. You know what I'm saying? Like we go
yeah,
through so many things in life, so many different things shape us in life. It's so crazy to think that our purpose won't change multiple times in life. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like,
No, that's for real, because I be thinking that. I be like, dang. Like, for instance, UPQ, right?
yeah.
So I've always been like a mentor to little girls. But even before then, like I was just a dancer. Like I didn't want to do any of that. I was like, my purpose is to dance. And that's just it. And then somebody was like, "Oh, you should be a mentor." And I was like, "No, that's not my purpose."
She said, I came to dance. I came to dance. That's
I
it. Period.
came to jig to the beat.
That's it.
Okay. Not, count these little feet. Like, no, I'm not. This is not my purpose.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I just was like, oh, dance, dance, dance. But something was missing. Like,
Hmm.
can't be mentoring. No. It's surely not. But girl, yeah, I started mentoring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I love this. Oh, this is beautiful. This is great. And then the girls got older, and I was sitting there like,
No.
I don't know my purpose. Like I've lost my
Yeah.
purpose because now I'm just stuck in this mentor era. And it's like, no, now pray for abundance, pray for, the level up, pray for clarity.
Yeah.
Cause if I would have just started, girl, and kept my purpose being dance, a lot of things wouldn't even have come to pass, just for
Yeah.
limiting myself to just dance and not mentoring and not wanting to, see other women grow, or you changing it up to this, changing up, girl, stuff will die out.
Yeah. And
Next
life is all
time.
about changing. Life is all
Mm-hmm.
about just evolving. So
Yeah.
it's so crazy that we just be thinking like, no, I need to do this one thing. Like, baby, you ain't
One,
gonna hate
and
it. You
that's
gonna hate
it
it.
for the rest of my life, though.
Just 80 whole years. Ain't nobody got time for that.
For the rest of my life, I'm gonna do this one thing because
This
that's
one thing.
purpose that God has given me. No, it's seasonal. Like, okay, moving
Mhm.
on.
And it,
It
and it don't
really
even, it
just
don't mean you can't come back to it. It's just now
okay.
I feel like I need to do something else. Like really just explore. And that's
Yeah.
something that I try to teach my littles. Like whenever I don't never ask them what do they want to be. I never ask them what they want to be. And I started that with my nieces and nephews. I never asked them what do they want to be because that's so limiting. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do? Ooh, that's good. Because
What you
what
want to
you
do?
want to be is limited. Like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
be an artist.
Yeah. Oh, I want to be a doctor. You can be a doctor, but you can also be a bunch of other things as well. You
Oh,
can
that's so good, Zoe, because yeah,
you can do a bunch of different things. Like
you
do not
really
limit yourself.
can. Wow, I didn't even like that's I've been reading a lot of stuff about like neuroplasticity and how we need to like reprogram our brain
Mm-hmm.
from the things that we've learned even as a child. And that is so freaking true because it's early on, we're already asking kids, like, what do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? And they're saying one thing, I want to be a firefighter. And that's such a limiting belief. Like, that's it. That's all you can be. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. And you can be things before you become legal. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can be anything.
You can be
But
any.
you can do so much
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
What, girl? That is a word. Y'all better
That's
write
good.
that down
That's
because what?
good. Meditate
I'm
on it.
mind blown, and I ain't even had no little edible, girl. I'm over here sober, like,
Thanks.
wow, that is so true.
Yeah, and
What
that's
do we
something
want
I
to
try to live
do?
by. That's something that I try to live by only because I realized in life there were so many things that I wanted to do. And I felt like a failure when I only had to try to choose one thing. And it's
Yeah,
like you can do everything. Our lifespan, God willing, is a long time. It's a good.
yeah.
That's why I said 80 years.
How do you feel about that? But though with like dance, because I know a lot of dancers who focus on one genre,
Hmm.
and it's just like they perfect, or they have a mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna perfect contemporary dance, and I'm a contemporary dancer, and it's just like that's gonna be my niche. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like in different aspects it's okay to focus on one thing, or do you still feel like it's limiting in different parts?
I honestly, so if that's what you want to do, I can't tell you what you do and don't want to do,
Yeah.
what you're passionate about. Only thing I can say is just venture out more. Try other things. At least try other things because how you gonna know that's all you want to be if you have not tried other things? So
Yeah,
force yourself out of that box. Why are you trying to put yourself in a box?
right. Because
Why do
people
you
do that.
want to stay
I
in that
think
box?
I
What you
think some
scared of?
people be. I remember somebody said this, girl, and it wasn't nobody profound, girl, just a friend. Um,
Bah.
they was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that because I'm not good at it. I'm not gonna be good at it.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
was like, huh. They were like, they only do things that they're good at. And I was
Mm.
like, wow,
So
I
you
don't
don't
want to be
believe
a,
in challenging yourself. Okay.
yeah, like it threw me, like, I don't
Hmm.
know, it kind of just changed my perspective of that friendship because I was like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
No shade, no tea, like nothing
Yeah.
against the person, but it was just like, wow, like I've been focusing on surrounding myself by not necessarily like-minded people, but bigger minded
Hmm.
people. Like I want my dreams,
Hmm.
my big dreams to be somebody's little accomplishment. If that, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
my biggest dream is to do this, and I want to be around somebody who my biggest dream is already they've done that, been there, done that.
Hmm.
Excuse me. You know what I mean? Because that just gives more expansion to the mind. And when that person said that, I was sitting there like, oh yeah, like I gotta
Uh-uh.
move around. I gotta move around because I don't like to do things that I'm not good at.
Yeah, that's that settling mindset.
Yeah. How you
That's
gonna
that
get
I'm
better?
small mindset. And it's
Yeah, oh my
like,
God, it is.
I don't want to be small, babe.
I want to be large.
I'm trying to be it's giving big body, okay? That's
It's
what I'm
giving-
trying to do.
I'm trying to be big back
Okay, back bigger than
with the
big. I want my back bigger than Bertha.
I'm trying to
Okay?
be big back with the opportunities, baby. The sky
Period.
is the limit.
You hear us,
Ooh,
God. We said we want big back dreams,
I
not
want
big
big back
backs, Lord.
dreams. Okay, I want big back dreams.
Okay. You see, I have to.
That's
You gotta
so
see. I have to get
true.
specific because God, I
You
don't want a big
do.
back,
I
but I
want a
want
big.
big back dreams.
Simple because I'll wake up tomorrow and the back will be. He said, "Say less," because God be playing like that. Like
He
why?
really be playing. He got a sense of
You
humor.
knew I didn't want a big bag. Why would you?
I asked you to get rid of it, Lord. I asked you to send me to the doctor to get rid of it.
Girl, off topic, but every time I pray to God to be like, God, I want
Yeah.
to lose weight,
Mhm.
girl, I end up getting heartbroken.
Mm. Listen, won't he
Can't
starve
eat,
you?
can't sleep. Oh Lord.
God,
Can't...
see, we really be ignoring these red flags. God be hitting me on the back of my neck with his chocolate every time. And I'll
Here
be
you go.
like,
I'll be like, Dad, God,
that
that's what
that
you
really hurt.
saying? My bad.
Ouch.
You
Which I
want to
like
lose
that
weight?
little that little video. Ow, Charlie, that really hurt. God,
Ah,
that hurt.
Charlie. That really,
Ugh.
he'd be like, you want to lose some weight? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
I'm gonna send you this here diet,
Depression,
this meal plan where you
depression,
only eat once a
anxiety.
month. Listen, what's a slim fast? I got your slim fast, okay?
Hit you with all type of stuff,
Mm.
grief, like that. God,
You said you sleep too much, okay? I'm gonna
no
make it so you're
problem.
restless.
Restlessness.
Like,
You need
God,
motivation.
please.
You need motivation. Homelessness. I do
Baby,
not be
okay?
playing. You really have to be careful about what you ask God for because He plays
All
entirely too
day.
much. I'm pretty sure He's just as petty. Like I don't care what nobody say. I can't really point it out in the word,
Yeah.
but God don't. He be like, all right, little heifer. No,
When the Bible said who the head is, what the Bible say? Hold on, I ain't read it in a while. What it
let me
say?
Google it. We're Google.
When the Bible be like, whoever's last is first and first is like, that don't even make sense. But
It be like God.
what that even
Listen,
mean?
just give it to me simple. Give it to me plain.
So what that mean? Like,
Whoever is first is last, and last is first.
but how that work? Because what if I'm
So what
last
about the
and then
people in
I
the
get
middle?
first? So you
What
tell me
about
I'm gonna be last again?
and the people in the middle?
What about them?
Oh, girl, let me get to my word. That just remind me. I need to get in my word.
I do too. I do too. I got
Get my
this real
word.
good Bible app. This real good Bible app where you can choose different programs you want to do for different things that you deal with. I deal with anxiety, and depression and things like
Mm,
that. I always have my entire life. So every day it reminds you to pray. Every day you get a new scripture to meditate on. It explains the scripture. It explains certain little situations. I can send you the link
yeah,
to
girl.
if you want.
That
It allows you to invite other people
the
so y'all
view
can
like
do like
you
group Bible
doing.
studies. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it also has like different like inspirational speakers, pastors, evangelists, all the people.
all the people,
Basically
girl.
just like explaining certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like this is this situation. Look at it like this. And it's really helpful, especially
Yeah.
as a millennial. We ain't all
Okay.
in the Bible like that. We need something to captivate our attention. Okay.
Okay. And
So
I try not to be like that. I really be trying to, and I'm coming to a place in my head where it's just like I'm no longer trying. I'm saying I'm a woman who I be in the word, and
yeah.
it just is what it is. I got to do it. I've been trying to wake up at 4 a.m., girl, and get in that word, and that don't work. That ain't gonna work for me.
Mm-hmm.
That worked real well for my mama,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm my daddy's daughter, so
Okay.
I'm my daddy's daughter. So
Period.
I'm gonna have to pray. I'm gonna have to get up all the way up. I can't do 4 a.m. I can definitely do like a 6 p.m. where I'm really
What?
focused, mind meditated. I talk to God all day long. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Girl,
Okay.
I thought you was about to say 6 a.m. You play so much.
6 p.m. is when I can really just focus and meditate.
Yeah.
Everybody be different though. Start your morning off with a little prayer.
Well, just
Just a little
just a
simple.
simple God, thank you. It ain't even gotta be nothing long. God, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You ain't even and you should be specific, but
You
sometimes you don't even know what
should.
to thank God for. Just be like, God, I
Just
thank
be
you.
thankful.
Just be
And
thankful.
get into
That's
that
something
word.
I had to learn how to do.
Everybody needs to get into that word. At the end
Yeah.
of the day,
Even
open
if
up
you
that
ain't a
Bible.
Bible or like a religious person, wake up and just say thank you to the universe. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Because guess what?
Listen. Listen. You
Because
ain't even
guess
said
what?
nothing and I'm talking about
You could
listen.
be waking up dead. Okay.
Ah, okay.
You done woke up and you're dead.
And then woke up to glory. Ain't
How
nobody
disappointing.
see.
Mm, mm,
hmm
mm.
And that's another thing. We gotta thank God for the little things. But waking up in the morning ain't little.
It ain't, baby, because people be waking up dead, like
They be waking up in glory. They really do.
thinking they was just gonna go to work. Like, no, baby, you're going to hell or hell. Like one or
Absolutely.
two. You one
Was
or two.
waking up hot. I hate being hot. I hate waking up hot. You know how mad I be?
Waking up hot is crazy.
Just think about that.
Woo,
Hell ain't got
it's
no air
hot. What is
conditioning.
going on? I really just feel like
And if
it's
it's hot
so
in hell,
many.
is heaven cold?
I've had so many just like visual,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to like visualize what a hell would be because there's different readings on different things. And one, I can't remember where I read this from, but they were like, they envision hell being a place where you are literally watching all the things that you could have had in life, but you were too scared to do it, or you were too like, you didn't have the faith, or you didn't believe in yourself, so you just watching this version of you live this life and you just sitting there looking stupid.
Just a billionaire, just
Just
watching it.
watching what could have been your
Just a
life
successful marriage. Just watching it.
had you lived right. And I said, honestly, I would be sick to my core.
Listen.
Sick to my core. Even thinking about it now, just the things that I didn't even do today because I was nervous. I would be sick.
Yeah.
Bring the flames. Bring me the flames.
Bring me the lighter, please.
I can't.
Bring the torch.
Although I'll be in heaven singing his praises. Amen.
Because heaven's cold, I suppose.
Heavens is I envision heaven being lukewarm.
The Bible say don't be
cool
lukewarm.
breeze.
The Bible say be hot or cold. It say no lukewarm.
Oh.
That's what it say. That's the word. It's the word.
Well, we're gonna need some coats because
I'm bringing my North Face.
That crisp air.
I know they say we can't bring nothing, but
it might just be a little too. My nose gets stopped.
Okay, ain't got time to be in heaven getting people sick now. COVID in heaven. Nobody got time for that.
Come on now, Lord. Come on, turn it up a little bit.
Leave COVID on earth. We don't need that in heaven.
Sick. So, girl, depression, anxiety. What? When did that come about?
I was the youngest of 4 children. My mom was a single parent. She didn't really have time for me like that. My dad was in and out, rest in peace. But he was in and out of my life up until I was about 16 or 17. I forced that relationship on him. I forced that. I said, I need a daddy.
Okay.
Nigga, you gonna be, excuse my language, I said
if
that.
If you want me in the streets, say it.
Okay. If that's what you want. I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but I need you here.
Come on.
I need you. So just dealing, like I said, I grew up like that. I grew up with really low self-esteem, really low confidence.
Yeah.
I did dance at a young age. My mom took that away from me because it was just she couldn't really afford it. And then also it was like, that whole little story of, oh, you need to be in the corporate world. You're not going to make any money doing that. And when I tell you, like, performing arts that's my thing. I can act, I can sing, I can play instruments. I play the guitar. You know what I'm saying? I can dance. Like, I literally have a passion for all of those things.
Yeah.
And I had that was ripped away from me at a young age. Not really being poured into because my mom was so busy taking care of everything else and then dealing with daddy issues and then just going through so much at a young age. Trigger warning, also being like sexually assaulted and things like that at a young age.
Yeah.
So not having any direction as to how I am supposed to deal with those things. I was just lonely. I was depressed. Yeah. And as a kid, if nobody's teaching you how to regulate those emotions and how to really communicate and express those things, you kind of just sit with them. I sat with them for years. And I learned to cope just by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Because your siblings are significantly older than you, or
so my oldest sister, she's just turned 40. She'll be 41 this year. My second oldest sister is 38, I believe, and then my brother is 36.
Oh, okay. So not too much older, but they had their own lives.
Yeah, they had their own lives. I was only in the house at a certain time, so you know what I'm saying. Just growing up lonely, being lonely. That's really where that came from. Really longing for love, longing for a sibling. They was out living their own life. You know what I'm saying? No shade towards them. Love y'all because I'm pretty sure y'all gonna listen. But that's just really lonely. You know what I'm saying? Not really having self-confidence. I didn't have anybody to pour into me. I didn't have a dad.
Yes, this is good. This is so good.
I didn't have a daddy to be like, you're beautiful, you're this, you're talented, da 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 da. And my mom told me those things, but it's just like it's not something that was
different. It hits
different
because then, like, I don't know exactly you and your mom's relationship, but I can only imagine the distance that developed with being one, the youngest. She gotta work and she gotta provide. So her telling you pretty, girl, it'd be like, girl, okay, anyway. You don't care. You don't care about me.
You're not here.
How do you know if I'm pretty?
Here.
You're not here. Like,
Literally.
as a kid, and it's interesting, and I say that because I be thinking deep, girl. I be thinking deep because I listen to you say that, and it's like, do you feel that that void or that fulfilling feeling that you needed, that you're kind of feeling now that you're teaching kids, is healing to
Oh,
little
absolutely,
Zoe?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I had a private yesterday with one of my second graders, and she is so beautiful. She's so talented. She's never had a dance lesson before, but when I tell you the passion is there, the passion is there.
Yeah.
The passion is there. Even when my littles at school, we start off with affirmations. You know what I'm saying? I'm
I'm telling
beautiful.
you,
I am
it changes your
handsome.
life,
Yeah.
girl. It
Hmm.
changes your life. That was one of the main reasons why I was always like, all right, let's get to this mirror. Let's do these affirmations before we start anything.
Hmm.
Because if you truly just look, even if you don't believe it,
Hmm.
like just looking in the mirror at yourself, just getting comfortable with that does
Hmm.
wonders.
Yeah. And
Mm.
it's very uncomfortable. But that's something that I try to instill in them. You know, there was this stretch that I had her doing. She was like, I can't do it. And I said, I don't want to ever hear you say that again.
Yeah.
Let's try it first. Baby, you young. What you mean you can't do this stretch? You all of 4 feet. You can do it.
You right there.
You right there. You just
Ah,
need a little stretching. That's all you just need to prepare your body.
wow.
Prepare your mind.
Mm.
Believe it.
That's so good, Zoe. Like, and this just goes to show, like, we live the same life. Like,
Yeah.
there's not ever one person that go through things alone. Like, we all grew up the same. Because I too am the youngest of,
Yeah.
I don't know how many kids Mama got.
How you don't know? I'm weak.
I'm the youngest of four too. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
This is weird. I'm the youngest of four as well.
Yeah.
And girl, yeah, it's lonely
It's
because
lonely.
everybody has their life. Oh my God, Zoe, we live in the same life.
Hmm.
My brother, he's not 36. I think my brother, like, the closest brother to me is probably like 38,
Hmm.
about to be 40.
Hmm.
So that's approximately, he got like 10, 13 years on the girl.
Yeah.
Um, about to be 40. So it was like, you not by yourself, but
Mhm.
you don't have anybody to show you
Yeah.
how to
Navigate through.
navigate through your emotions, because
Yep.
then you feel like you're not important. Even
Hmm.
though you know you're important, it's like, yeah, if I was just to up and die, everyone would be upset.
Yeah.
But if I was
Yeah.
to come here and be like, hey, I want to talk about my feelings, it's
Yeah.
not that comfort that someone's gonna listen.
Hmm.
And to have that installed in you at a young age
Hmm.
is can really take a turn for the work,
Definitely.
when you're getting older. Because like
Definitely.
you said, then you operate out of low self-worth because you don't have, or you didn't grow up feeling important. You didn't grow up
Accepted.
feeling like you're worth
Mhm.
it. Girl,
Yeah.
that's so good. And I
Yeah.
say it's good, not to say like, oh, your life was horrible and that's great for us. But
Yeah.
it's interesting how it all comes into play,
Hmm.
because it's like, dang, that's important as
Yeah.
a child. And now you're in a field where you are able to pour into kids and
Yeah.
be from a parental role, but it's
Mhm.
still very important to at least have like that one person,
Yeah.
or somebody to turn to.
I even try to go
Oh,
the extra mile with working with the parents too, because those kids are only in my care for a certain amount of time a day.
yeah.
They're not seeing me on the weekend. They ain't seeing me on weekends.
Yeah, they
Um,
not.
they
Do you
ain't. It
feel
ain't.
pressure to, like, okay, because I was talking to somebody about this. I was actually talking to Venus about this.
Yeah.
Like how sometimes parents can really put childcare workers, teachers, and dance
Hmm.
instructors, they give too much responsibility to individuals in that nature. Like, we're the mentors, we're the people that they're looking up to, and it's like, I can't teach them nothing, because whatever I say and do and whatever I install in them,
I only see them for an hour, maybe 2 hours a day, maybe 2 hours a week. When they go home and they being called all type of this and all type of that, or their environment at home just basically, deletes everything that I put in them, it's not on me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but let me tell you the approach that I take.
mm-hmm.
I allow kids to express themselves to me. Oh, hey, I feel like this. Well, why do you feel like this? Like, we really get down to the root issue. Well, my mom is never home.
Mm-hmm.
My dad isn't in the house. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of different things that parents try to tell their kids not to talk about.
Oh, that's so true.
Let's talk about it.
That is so true. I am being healed. The
Listen, let's
little
talk about it.
little limit is being healed because it and then sometimes parents don't even have to. It's just like something that as a child that it's like a taboo. Like you don't even have to be told not to talk about it, but you just know, like,
This embarrassing. Let me not
this
talk
is
about it.
embarrassing. And it's not even, it's more so embarrassing for you.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would you take on, now you have to take on that embarrassment on top of feeling like don't nobody care about me, but I can't tell nobody that don't nobody care about me because then that's gonna make my family look bad. Like it's so much weight. And what are you, 6? Like,
No,
what,
legit. And then now
second
you
grade?
don't even know how to navigate that space
Like,
because ain't
oh
nobody
my
ever taught you
God.
how. Ain't nobody ever taught you how to
Wow.
navigate that. So now you creating anxiety in your life as a kid. You don't even know it's anxiety. Now you creating depression in your life. You don't even know it's depression.
And operating and like filling in the spaces to operate in a low self-worth and just
Yep.
accept anything. Like it does really start in childhood, and it's not necessarily on purpose. Obviously, I don't think parents have kids to be like, oh, I'm gonna make you feel like you are horrible, and no one's gonna want you. But it's like, so the point I was making was I feel like you know how it be so much good that's in your mind, you trying to get it all out. But
Yeah.
I feel like purpose, going back to just having that purpose,
Mm-hmm.
this is where your purpose shows, because it's so easy. It would have been so easy, and people do it all the time, for you to just replicate the life that you had.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like now you got kids and you're doing the same thing to your kids because you're unknowingly
Mm-hmm.
doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was a desire in you to be better
Yeah.
and to bring better situations to children.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you knew it or not at the time, but it's just like I think about things like that, and even in conversation, it was like, dag, I was a mentor girl and I did not want to mentor them kids.
Yeah.
Like, I did not want to do it at all. But unknowingly, it was almost like I needed it. Like, my
Mm-hmm.
purpose didn't only fulfill what needed to be fulfilled in them by showing them like almost like an unconditional love, and having given them a space to just be themselves and let's talk through it and figure this out. Like
Yeah.
I'm being the person that I needed to be, that I needed
For me.
from someone, yeah, from when I was that age, and I'm being that to these kids,
And
instead
it's
of just walking
hard.
away. And it is hard because it's easy to do what you know.
Yeah.
And what I know is to ignore you. You're a kid, you don't know, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're being dramatic, or,
Mm-hmm.
not give that space because you're a child.
Yeah.
But what I also know unknowingly is that was the situation that I was put in, and how much trauma it gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want that for the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Because
what I
children
mean?
are the future.
I
These children
mean,
are the future.
simple. And it's just like, even just that simple, even that hour
Mm-hmm.
can really, it does. I take my comment back now. Because even in that hour, 2 hours, you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what's sticking with them. And that might, trigger a purpose or a passion in them to then therefore go and be great, or hold on to some things that you said
Yeah. And
or
now they
done.
Now they telling other kids and
Yeah,
around them. You know what I'm saying? Now they
girl.
helping their siblings out. Now they're helping their parents learn certain things. And that's what I was saying. Like, I even try to build a close relationship with the parents. At one of the other schools that I worked at, once a month, every Saturday, it was, family day. We would take a poll, and I would be there. Some of the other school faculty would be there, and we're doing something with the parents. We're doing something with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Even just pointing them in directions of like group therapy, family therapy. The people be scared of therapy, and I know why. I get it, because it's not fun. It's not easy. But
It's
if you
not
want to break those
easy.
generational curses, you have to go talk to somebody that can help you deal with that anxiety that you then had since you was a little kid, and now you didn't
Yeah, and you
produce.
pushing it on. Yeah.
Now you
And
didn't
that
have these kids, and you don't even know how to help them
yeah,
with
and you
that.
don't even know how to help them navigate because no one helped you. And
Yeah.
now like that's that endless circle or that endless cycle of just trauma. And I think a lot of people when people say trauma, they think of like physical.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so much more than that because something just as simple as, girl, I used to sleep in the bed with my mama.
Yeah.
I will never forget. I used to sleep in the bed with my mama. We all did at one
Yeah.
point. And I was like 5 years old, and I had a bad dream, girl.
Mhm.
And I woke my mama up, and I'm like, girl, I done had a bad dream. She was like, she was so dismissive
Yeah.
at that time. Me being, I hold grudges. I'm working on it. God forgive.
Mhm.
At that time, I was like, wow, this lady hate me.
Yeah.
Like she don't like me, and I picked, and you know what I did? I picked up my things and I slept in my own bed because you got me goddamn messed up.
You
If
hear
you
me? So
think
you don't care?
I done
Okay.
woke up on my sleep and
Mhm.
tapped your shoulder
Okay.
for
I trusted
comfort, and you
you.
gonna tell me to hush?
Hmm.
Oh, girl, goodbye.
Yep.
But as a parent, like now as an adult, all the stuff that my mama was working all the time. She got 4 kids. Girl, go to bed.
Please go to sleep. And that's another thing. I try to give a lot of parents grace because a lot of them are doing it on their own. A lot of parents that I
Yeah,
know are doing
yeah.
it on their own. They're
Yeah,
doing
but
it broke.
your kid can't see, like your kid doesn't see that. They don't care.
I don't understand.
Kids don't care. And I'm not saying, nobody was necessarily at fault in that situation, but it's just like the perspective of little Shalom and how much life changing even just that very moment was for me
Mm-hmm.
versus now being able to look back and be like, hey girl, life is tough and your mom actually, she loved you dearly. She was just tired that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
But she didn't have the skills to communicate and or the resources to have the energy to be there for me in that moment. Like she
Hmm.
got to go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, girl. It's 10 and you talking about some nightmare.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. And to bed I went, and I picked up my things and I went in my bed, girl, and never looked back. And it's a conversation that we had later on. She was like, she remembered that day
Hmm.
so vividly, and she was just like, oh, I lost my baby. And it's interesting to hear just the different perspectives in that moment too,
Hmm.
where it was like, damn, she knew like, oh dag, but she gonna come back, like she gonna be okay. And for me it was like, I ain't coming back.
First of all, I'm finna grab my teddy bear and I'm finna leave the house.
First of all, you ain't gotta worry about me not a goddamn day. Baby, matter of fact, I ain't even hungry. I don't want your breakfast, girl, because I'm that person. I'll take it that
I'll
far.
be okay. I'll
I
survive.
literally,
Ain't it
I'll eat
crazy?
breakfast at school. Excuse
Er,
me, I want
It's
this.
it's nasty, but I'll eat it because
This is
I'm not eating
poor.
her food.
You go to work. We need the money. Like I'm that child.
Yeah. It's so crazy. But I think that there are a lot of different situations like that create moments of healing as you get older. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And it's like, I really just had to understand that she was the provider. She had to do
right.
everything she had to do. She was tired. She
She was
didn't have the
tired,
mental or
girl.
emotional capacity to listen to my bad dream about a dragon. She didn't have the
Okay,
capacity.
girl.
That's
Wow, that
crazy.
was so healing. That is crazy. Like when you think about it in the way that you put it, and just hearing your story
Yeah.
is healing for me because it's like, wow,
Yeah.
Zoe, we live the same life,
Yeah. Yeah. And we
and
ain't
it's
alone.
like, and
And we ain't alone.
and it's so many other women and just kids that's going through it as we speak,
Mm-hmm.
but having or really zoning in on that feeling of like I'm not fulfilled, I need to be doing something different,
Mm-hmm.
or being pushed into a role where you have to, be caring and be a shoulder for people younger than you,
Mm-hmm.
is changing lives. And girl, I am healed.
Yeah. You
Because
did
then I
go
think
through a lot.
about, yeah, I think about UPQ and where the foundation of just wanting to create a space for women,
Mm-hmm.
and like I never really thought deep into it, but it's really was to have a space for women to heal, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
any
we be healing
traumas.
each other. Let me tell you, we healing each
Yes.
other. We have so many healers in this organization.
Mm.
It's crazy. So many stories to tell. So many, man, listen.
Listen.
We done pow out, okay? And
Oh,
you just be listening to the people like, baby, you are
girl, you
blessed
be eating
to
up the
be
word.
here.
You be eating it up like,
You do, and you just be like, I'm so thankful that you're still here. Baby, your
yeah,
story
girl, your story.
that could have took you out.
Wow,
Satan, the
and it didn't.
devil,
You
tried
here,
hard.
girl. I am so glad. That is so like I can't even explain the healing that just took. I feel something warm in my heart,
And your Shondo girl.
and I'm trying to be serious.
I'm sorry. Okay. No, but
And
for real. For real.
look, even though me feeling warm in my heart, I was thinking about the Grinch when he
Hello.
when his heart was growing, girl, and he was like, ah. That's how I feel. My hand is over my heart, and I'm like, ooh, ooh, oh,
Yeah.
oh, something is being shaken up in
Okay.
the blackness, the dark
The darkness.
is being released.
Mhm.
That's really healing. Just to even know that, like, you went through a similar phase, and you turning out okay.
Girl, I'm in therapy. Okay, I am in therapy.
Yeah,
We are
and it's
working
just
through
like
things.
even though like it's a day by day thing, I'm sure. But wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And
Wow.
life is just, it's an evolution. We're gonna continue to grow and learn. And I just hope that we continue to share knowledge, to share experiences, because like you said, we are not alone. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
really do feel like we are all placed on this earth to learn from each other, to love on each other, to help each other.
I
Whether we
agree.
want to or not. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, this is so lovely. I just love this.
Me too.
I really do. Like I just love this. Like
Yeah.
I am healed. I am healed.
It is.
I hope that someone else finds healing in this too, girl. It's crazy because when I be doing these,
Mm-hmm.
with some people it's really direct and
Mm-hmm.
for its purpose, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's some people for you for as an example where we only touch the surface level of conversation, and it's so rich.
Mm-hmm.
um oh, it's just so good, and I just really hope that people receive it
Yeah.
in its purest form.
Yeah. And if it's anybody out there that feels, that is still feeling like how they felt as a child, I just want to let you know that you are important. You are
Mhm.
loved. I see you. I love you. I'm praying for you. You have a purpose and you matter.
And you matter. At the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
you matter.
You matter.
No matter how, I think sometimes people limit their matter too. Like, no matter if you feel like, because I think, like I was saying before, I knew that I was important because I knew if I would have died that day, everybody would be crying. But I always just left it at that. And it's just like, even if that's all you got,
Mm-hmm.
that's important.
Yeah. Okay, that's
That's a
important.
big deal. Okay.
If you
So,
need that to be your motivation to stay here,
then keep it going.
keep it going.
Wow, that's so good. We might have to do a part 2 with
Okay,
Zoe.
I was just about to say because it's a lot more.
It's so much more. And I feel it. So yeah, we might do a part 2. Okay, now we kind of let me end this. Thank you so much, Zoe.
I can't.
Why? Who put me in charge, y'all? Y'all gonna
God
get enough.
did because it's your
Y'all
purpose.
gonna get enough. He gonna get enough to put me in charge. He like, listen, it's good.
But you're doing a good
Thank
job
you
though.
so much for being here, Zoe. Thank you so much for being a part of this new transition that we're doing with UPQ. Your story is beautiful and amazing. Cannot wait to have you back again.
Yeah.
For the people who want to follow you and just keep in touch and keep everything updated, I know you have a class coming up.
Yay.
Teaching private. Are you just teaching private for kids, or are you doing adults as well?
Adults as well.
I'm speaking it. And
Adults
as
well. I'm doing it scared. Doing it
Period.
broke.
I'm doing it scared. I'm doing it broke, and I'm doing it because, girl, that's how the people get out here.
Yeah.
Like anyway. Tell the people where to find you.
Yes.
And say what I was about to say.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook. It's just Zoe Macon, ZOE space MACON. And you can also follow me on Instagram at _ Astral Zoe. That's _ ASTRALZOE. Because it ain't no Y. But yeah, you can find me on there.
Yes. Thank you so much, Zoe, for being a part of this.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to be able to just share space, for us to powwow and heal each other.
Yes,
it was a blessing.
Yes. Oh my God, talking is healing.
Thank you for tuning in to What's Tea Wednesday. We hope today's story inspired and empowered you. Remember, every woman's journey is a testament to resilience and strength. Sip on that tea, honey. Pull out your journal and get to reflecting on your own life. All right? If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others who can benefit from today's tea. Join me, your host, Shalom Unique, for more inspiring stories and insightful conversations. Until then, stay calm, stay inspired, and stay that girl. Hey, y'all. Make sure y'all are following the Unproblematic Podcast on Instagram at The Unproblematic Queens. That's THE. Why did I just struggle on the word the? Anyway, THEUNPROBLEMATICQUEENS. I was trying to do Usher and I almost messed up on the spelling. Yeah, y'all, follow us on Instagram and also follow me, your girl Shalom Unique, on the gram as well, and that's at SHALOMEUNIQUE. Mwah.